corporate America was that as I ascended, that I would never compromise who I was. Even when I was at the bottom, even when I didn't have any success, I didn't have any clients, I knew what I wanted out of my path. And I knew that at the same time I wanted to do it in a way that I did not compromise who I was as a man, as a person. That was very important to me, because I knew that at any given point you can be presented with an opportunity, and that opportunity could be good, it could be great, it could completely change your life. But that opportunity is going to require something of you. It's going to require you to do something or say something or act in a manner that is outside of who you are. And most times it's just subtle things, right? But for me, it was just important for me that my success was based on my gift and my faith in God to help me get there. I did not want to compromise who I was. And early on when I was really young, I used to be insecure, just about how I talked. I'm from New Orleans. I have a slight accent. It used to be much deeper. But in business, right, that's very noticeable. And so I would find myself trying to alter how I spoke. At first it was consciously, but then, it was almost like, I would either hesitate to speak or watch my words carefully. I wouldn't completely change my voice, but the point is, it was an insecurity for me early on. And it wasn't until I can't recall what the moment was, but a moment hit me when I was talking, and it was a client meeting, and I was very passionate about it. So passionate that I wasn't thinking about the way I spoke. And I just started talking, and the client could really see the passion in which I was explaining this. But at the same time, they were listening more intently because of just the heaviness in some of the accent and some of the words I was saying. And what I realized is that because my dialect was so unique, it was forcing clients to listen more intently to what I was saying. And because what I was saying was so valuable and impactful, they were getting it even more so than if I just had a normal voice that wasn't recognizable or indistinguishable. And so that uniqueness, instead of being a weakness, it became a strength. And in that moment, I recognized it as a strength. And I said, well, I already know I'm smarter than everybody that I'm competing against. I know what I'm talking about. There's no slight there. The way that I talk is an advantage for me. Because now people, they want to hear what I'm saying, and they want to hear me talk. And so it heightened my level of confidence in just the path that I wanted to choose, and I became comfortable in my own skin, and that's when I really started to see success. And so I guess who I'm talking to, is anybody that's just in that corporate space. It could be men or it could be women. Most times the higher you get in, whether it's finance or it's law, just the corporate hierarchy structure, the higher you get up, you become, right, a one of one, or the one of few. In my industry, I've been doing what I've been doing for 23 years. And we're still over that span, we still represent less than 4% of all professionals in the industry. And then the higher you go up, that becomes even less, at my level, less than 1%, right? And so, the same thing with lawyers, right? When you work for a law firm, you work for this massive firm, and you're the only one that looks like you in the office, right? And so it becomes challenging to learn how to assert yourself in that environment, right? With the same confidence and vigor that you would if you were in a comfort zone among peers, right? But this is my message. Use those moments to assert yourself. Use those opportunities to assert who you are, because you are there for a reason, and you are different for a reason. And your perspective is so unique and so unable to be duplicated that it's going to shine like a light. So don't feel like you have to compromise who you are, how you speak, how you carry and conduct yourself. Obviously, you want to have some kind of professionalism and decorum, but you want to do it in a way that is authentic to who you are. And that is going to help you get to the next level. Stop trying to fit into the corporate box, right? Stop trying to fit into what you believe the personality traits are, or visual aesthetics, or whatever it is that you feel like you have to compromise to get there, and do it in a way that is authentic to you. And that's when you are really going to see your ascent. When you become who you are within your position, within your path, whatever it is that you're doing, right? And so that's really the message. Because I think that for me, integrity is a big thing. And I never want to have earned anything and feel proud about anything that I've earned if it is based on me being lacking integrity, right? Because that means I basically had to compromise myself to get it, and I don't want anything like that. So integrity is big for me. Your reputation is big. As a man, your reputation is your currency. We talk about a man is supposed to provide, and I agree with that. But provision is much more than just money, right? Provision is about resources, right? A man is supposed to provide resources, right, to advance the family interest. That's the role of a man. Resources, money, land, food, right? Businesses, relationships, reputation. Those are resources that a man uses to protect and provide for his family. So your reputation can get you and your family indoors that your money can't always do. When I tell my kids to go somewhere and I tell them, hey, you tell them your daddy sent you, my children are benefiting from my reputation. They are benefiting from my reputation. They benefit from my word. So it is more than just about giving money. Because if you give a whole bunch of money to your family, but you got a bad reputation, you're not a man of your word, it's pointless. You're a scumbag. And your